All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another video. Again, today we are looking here at the E-mini S&P 500 as well as the NASDAQ. Yes, I have not taken any trades on the ES futures in a while. I mean, it's just not been producing really any good movement or swings or pullbacks to key areas. Now, let's see. I mentioned, let me take a look here. Let's see. Yeah, right here, there's an area. There is a demand zone on the higher time frame 60 range chart. Okay, I'm starting off this way this morning, and we haven't pulled back to that area. Now, if we do pull back to the area, then I'll be looking for a setup to unfold on my lower time frame chart, my 12 range. I'm going over the strategy, guys, pretty much how I do this each and every day. It's just using multi-confluence charts or using just two-period charts if you choose to. But you always want to make sure you are trading in the direction of the higher time frame. So I'm marking my zone, say for instance, off of a higher time frame chart. And this is, it's a great strategy, especially for someone that doesn't have one, that's looking to get into the future markets. And you know what? The thing about it, it doesn't even matter if it's the future markets, because you can trade supply and demand. It's universal. It does not matter what, security it is that you actually trade. If you're trading options, you trade Forex, futures. It doesn't matter, guys. Because supply and demand is universal. I'm going to say that. All right. So this right here would be let me make the box right. Would be, give me 1 second, a demand zone. I'm sorry. Okay. In this area, actually, the demand zone is going to be right here. This is the actual demand zone of how I actually draw it right here. So if we get a pullback to that key area right there on the higher time frame, then all I'm going to do is go down to my lower time frame. Whatever your lower time frame chart is, you don't have to trade range charts. I trade range-based charts, just my preference, cleaner to the eye. I'm able to see it visually more. I don't get all this crazy wicks with like time-based charts. I'm not knocking anyone that trades time-based or tick or volume-based charts. Whatever you use and it works for you, stick with it. But for me, it's range-based charts. This is an area of demand. I'm going to move down to my lower time frame, my 12 range chart, and look for a demand setup on that chart as well. Okay? It's as simple as that. So if we get a pullback to this key area of demand, then I'm going to look for, something to unfold on my lower time frame. Now, this here is and one thing about this here, this right here, this was actually a break of structure. Okay? So we broke a structure to the upside right here. So if the market comes back to this area, again, I'm going to look for something to unfold on my lower time frame. But I don't know if we're going to pull back to this area today, tomorrow, Friday. It's just been kind of pushing to the upside. And we've been doing that since the latter part of October, guys. Just making small pullbacks, pushing hard, and then making higher highs and higher lows. So we're trending. That's what we call trending. And on the ES futures right now. So nothing kicking off on this market right now. Moving over now to the NASDAQ. Okay, and before I move any further, I want to say this. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate all of you who come over and have signed up, or I say signed up, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. If you're not a current subscriber, I would highly recommend that you sub to the channel. If you're in the process of looking for some good, valuable information, content related, that will aid you in your journey to become a better futures trader. All right, I'm not telling you to trade the strategy and how I trade it, but this is the purpose and the reason why I make these videos, because I want to share the way I trade with other individuals. In hopes that it inspires others. I want to see people become profitable. That's the key to it. So you can come over and ask as many of the community members on the Discord as well, and ask them, have they found success in trading the strategy and how I trade it, and mirrored it or incorporated it into their own trading? And you're going to find that a lot of them are, doing a whole lot better than they used to. And a lot of them have found consistency and now are on a profitable path to where they are making money. Okay, so I highly recommend that you come over and join us on the Discord as well. Find that link down in the description portion of the video. And make sure to sub to the channel. Go ahead right now, smack that sub button, hit that subscribe button, and let's move forward, okay? All right, so let's see. With the NASDAQ, we are actually hitting an area of, it's 10 o'clock right now, an area of, this is supply right here. And in looking at the lower time frame, we came up there. Let me show you. This was the area. We hit it right here at 10 o'clock. Tap into that supply zone around 17,030. Okay. And then we got this bullish, well, this not bullish, bearish candle to the downside here. So I'm gonna go down to 10 o'clock and see. Okay, this was it right here. And all right, let me look over here. What I like to see is I always like to see a supply setup on the lower time frame. I mean, we got supply. This was the market rejecting. Okay, now it's up here at 17,047. But it rejected this area here. We broke lower. We broke a bit of structure coming down into yesterday's trading session, or through some structure in yesterday's trading session. Okay, and this is a pullback. So this right here is a supply area. It bounced right here at 17,030, but we didn't really get a decent supply setup. So let's see. Came back up here. Okay, so you could have taken a trade when it rejected it, pulled back. There was an area where it came up to right here. It was a supply area right here on the lower time frame. It rejected that area. Then I'm going to look over my higher time frame to see where I can take the trade down to. First area of profit is going to be sitting around 28, and the market comes down to that area. If we look at the lower time frame, this is the rejection. Boom, it comes all the way down to 26.5. So yeah, this would have been again the area to take a trade from if you're going short. Now, because we got supply on the higher time frame, supply on the lower time frame, or it taps into supply and you could have waited and looked for a supply setup on the lower time frame, which we haven't. Let me see here. No, we haven't gotten yet. So yeah, be very mindful with that. But we tapped into supply on the lower time frame right here, and we tapped into that higher time frame supply. So both charts lining up, we get the projection and go short. You just got to know where to take it down to, where it's going to positively react at. And what it did was it pushed up to, what was it? Yeah, 39 area. It rejected that area, and which is right here. And this is the imbalance right here where it came down to test, and then it reacted there. So just know where to take the trade to is what I'm trying to say to you. Where it could actually bounce at or reject. So that's very important. Very, very, very important. All right, so now we've broken structure. We're taking out, broke a major area structure here at 17,046 area. And we're still bullish. Now we're bullish, right? We were bearish, okay? With opportunities probably to look for short back up in this area here, which I just discussed. But now we turn back around and started making broke structure. Major area structure on the high on the day. Okay, now I'm looking here at the ES, and with this market here, we're breaking higher on or moving higher on the higher time frame. Just really no significant pullbacks or key area of demand, but this demand zone is untested and we haven't tapped into it yet. Now looking at my my lower time frame, we just pulled back. Okay, all right, pull back, broke a bit of structure into yesterday's trading session. Okay, and we took out the lows for the day. Then we turn back around. If we break or re-break structure back to the upside, so we break structure to the upside here, this would be a good area to take a pullback on the lower time frame to a key area of demand. If we break higher here, so if we do that, we'll break above here at 48.20, 24.25, breaking structure to the upside. This would be a demand area back on the lower time frame that we could be mindful of. And here's a high volume area, pulls back to the demand area below, slightly below it. I like to take my trades at where price is lower, where I'm looking for a long opportunity. So this would be an area of demand on the lower time frame. Move over to the back down to the NASDAQ. Yeah, I don't really see anything unfolding right now, to be honest with you. This was a supply area. You could have taken a trade like I talked about. You could have got into it. Let's see. Let me go back right here. Let's see. We got the rejection. It was a little higher. Okay. Actually, may not tap into that zone right then. Let's see. The zone was right there at 30. I'm gonna blow this up a little bit so I can see it myself. 36. Okay. So it taps into it right here. So, yep, the break of the candle closed, but then they pull back on you right here, 2-3 points, and then it goes in your direction. Okay. That's how they stopping traders out like that. They know people are putting this, probably entering trades right here because they know this is a key area of demand. Supply on the lower time frame. But anyways, if you got that trade there, again, you could have taken it down to 28, 27 area, somewhere right there. So let's say you got it here at the break of the candle right here at 30. Let's just say 33.5, taking it down to say 28, 27. You pick yourself up, 6 points pretty easy right there. What did I say? 30. I'm sorry about that. Let's see, 30, 33.5, and taking it down to, pick yourself up. Good 5-6 points right there. Okay, before it turns back around, pushes higher. But you got to understand too, looking at the higher time frame, where it could actually, reject that. This was a swing to the upside. It was an imbalance resting, right here at 28.5. So you could have picked up some points there. The market's just pushing to the upside, and it's making it difficult to actually trade. But the trend is still pushing higher, even though we got a deep retracement right here. It broke major area structure back to the upside. So this here is an area of demand. It's higher up, within this leg here. Centering around maybe the 50% area so far. This is a tested area now. I wouldn't, this area down here, not saying it can't react to this area, but, it was a swing that came out to the upside, pushed up, pulled back, boom, broke higher. Demand right here, but it's tested already. This is untested. We could get some reaction back at this zone if it taps back into it. So right now it's just pushing higher and higher. Guys, I'm sitting here looking at this trade here, and that area here, 70, that's a hidden pivot area. It rejected it at the area I wasn't thinking. It comes down, breaks a bit of structure on the lower time frame, and then it pulls back. But still, we're bullish because I'm really not looking for for short opportunities, because we're bullish on the higher time frame. So I'm really focusing on looking for short. So I'm sorry, longs. Gosh, I don't know why I keep saying that. Longs. I'm just looking, because there was opportunity to go short if it's someone that, looking to kind of chin trade, or, against the market direction. But higher time frame showing us that we're bullish to the upside. So what can this thing come down to? I mentioned, here's 40 right here. This is a hidden pivot area right here. It can reject here. So I'm just waiting to see. I'm not sure if it's going to reject this. It hasn't come down quite to 40 yet. But there's a major area of demand resting. Well, there's an area of demand off the higher time frame where I got to mark that blue box. All right, I'm into a long position here. Okay. On the NASDAQ 100 futures, looking to take it back up to right here at 50, around 53, the first contract. I'm going to try to hold the second one, but I know it can probably pull back here. And if it does, it could pull back. Maybe rejecting this area right here, and then maybe want to come up there and test 58 above. So we'll see. Okay, first contract. Look at that. Look at that. First contract didn't get quite filled yet. Ooh, one tick away from hitting that. One tick. Okay, we got to fill the first contract. All right, so I know I can pull back here, so I have to decide now how I want to play this out. To be honest, so I want to put my last contract somewhere around this area right here, and I'm trying to feel these imbalances going back to the upside. So right here around 57.5, 58 is where I have that last contract resting at. And I'm going to hold it there. So what I'm going to do now is just to protect my trade, is put a stop. If it stops me out, it stops me out, But At least I would have picked up something on my first contract. You know, that's the thing about it. Or I could take out here. We're at a high volume area. You know, but I get a feeling it's going to keep pushing up. But it may, again, it could definitely push lower. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my stop loss behind here. We just broke. I know it could test here, and that's fine if it stops me out because then I'm locked in profit of roughly a little bit over 7 points there. Little swing. I'm putting my stop loss at the back end of this area, this swing right here. And I know it could test this area. It could test here. It could test here, and possibly come down here and test here, and that's fine. But I want to lock in some profit. I don't want it to take away from me. So if we get stopped at 7 points. Okay, there we go. All right, so first little trade of today, just trading with us, you know, stop the back end of that swing once we're into profit. And again, like I said, it can come down here. Let's see if it goes up there and test. I mean, it came to 56. I was trying to take it back up to this area up here and feel this imbalance here at 58. Let's see if it's going to pull back, fill some areas in here, and then take off the 58. If so, then I know I was, you know, pretty much sure I was right. So let's see. So it looks like we did reject that 40 area, come up to 56, which was pretty much this area, this right where this imbalance is at, and rejected and pushed lower. So I'm not sure what it's trying to accomplish now or what it's going to do, but I'm gonna hold tight because we're not too far away from tapping into this demand zone down here on the higher time frame. So what I'd be interested in seeing if, you know, if we break structure to the upside here on the lower time frame and then, you know, get a pullback to a decent area of, say, demand on the lower time frame, I'll be looking to go long. But again, it could reject and keep pushing lower here. So either it's going to tap into this demand area here on the higher time frame, or it's going to start breaking structure back to the upside on the lower time frame here, and I can look for a demand setup. If we do, then I'll definitely be looking to take it back up to 58 and possibly running it may break the high for today. We'll see. I'm not sure. I mean, for all I know, it could come down and start breaking structure to the downside into today's session. So I'm into a long position here. I got in way too. I got in too early. I'll say it like that. Okay. You saw that demand area off the higher time frame. We tapped it. Okay. I'm looking for it to run up and test 58 now, but I know this thing could pull back and definitely test down here. What do we do? What do we look for? We're looking for. Let's just go ahead and do this. Mark it up here. Whoops. Let's put it on all charts. Then we'll scale down to the lower time frame chart. All right. So this we would want to see the market. Excuse me, guys. I'm looking at Discord too. Tap into the higher time frame demand zone, right? And then let me go ahead and put and then come back. You know, basically look for a break of structure to occur or to unfold on the lower time frame. Well, we got it right here, okay? But we haven't seen a pullback yet, so it's just keep blasting to the upside. And sometimes you can miss opportunities like this because it may be trying to aim and come up here and fill, you know, these imbalances back in, you know, and it could break the high, all right, possibly. I definitely believe that it's probably going to fill the imbalances back to the upside here. But it definitely could pull back. So to me, I think I'm a little early on this trade, to be quite honest with you. So, and I'm expecting, you know, some sort of pullback here. And so we'll see what actually unfolds here. See it coming back now. So I need to be careful. I may scale in with another contract if it comes back and rejects this area right here. But I need to be careful because I don't want to take on too much heat or too much drawdown at the same time. So. And it's like, do you take profit where it's at now, or do you just allow it to keep running? Well, to me, it's hit demand, and it's looking to the first place to take profit at is going to be right here at 40. You know, fill that first imbalance, and this imbalance was already filled when it pushed down, pulled back right here. So the next place is going to be up here at 58, and then it could possibly run the high. So right now, I'm just going to hold this trade, and now there was a small demand area right here as well, resting at 29 on a lower time frame. So it was like it was actually, let's see, make sure, 29 and a quarter. We were like 4 ticks away from that area there. So typically 3 to 4 ticks, you know. Sometimes I'm aggressive at getting on a trade, but in this case here, I got into the trade to me, I think I got into it too early. I should have waited for the break of structure here on the lower time frame and then a pullback, but it just started moving real quick. Lots of momentum to the upside. So the broke structure right here above 45 and a half. So where can it come down to? It can come down to this area right here around 36 and a quarter. Don't want to see it do that, but that means that it come back on me about 4.5 points. So, but at this point here, you know, if it comes down here and rejects this area, it's going back up to 58, but it may just go ahead and keep pushing to 58 right now. So let's see what happens. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm sitting over on Discord right now, so please forgive me. I'm typing something up. Let's see. See, this is where you I may take one contract here. Okay. It's pulling back on me now. Man, I may take, let's see. Yeah, I may take one contract right here where the top volume's at. Top volume node's at. Okay. And okay. And let's see. I'll tell you what I do. I'm gonna go ahead and take profit here. I'll see if it pulls back, rejects this area, and then I'll try to get into a trade again on the second time. Okay, so it looks like what it did was we have an imbalance sitting inside that demand zone, right? So it rejected the demand zone, pushed up, and then came back and filled this imbalance here. All right, so, and now it's rejecting right now. So the question is, what's it going to do? Is it going to continue pushing lower? Or is it going to push higher? What I like to see is maybe a break of structure to the outside, pull back, and then go long, if it does that. But right now, I'm just going to, you know, stay clear of what it's actually trying to do at this moment, or stay out of the market until I can kind of figure out what it's doing. Okay, so it is rejecting that area I talked about in the higher time frame. And the thing about it now is I want to see a pullback. I don't know if it's going to give me the pullback. These kind of situations right here where the market just, you know, this was a break of structure to the upside right here. So it may just keep, you know, pushing to the upside and go up and maybe possibly test 58. If we get rejection down here, which I would like to see, then I'll go long. But we'll just have to wait and see, guys. I'll be honest with you. All right, I'm into this long entry here. A little late on the trade here. Pull back this demand area on the lower time frame. I mentioned this was a break of structure, pull back, demand right here. I should have got in right here at 42, so I got in late here. Not paying close attention, but it's okay. Hopefully we run up here and test that 57, 58 area. I'm in with 3 contracts, so I'm gonna take my first 2 out. If we can get there, to fill this imbalance here right at 58 and a quarter. Let's see here where I got my 58 and a quarter, and then I'll let the last contract kind of decide where it's going to go. You know, I'll ride it and kind of, you know, trail it. So we'll see if we can get filled here on this position. I'm gonna mark this demand area right here on the lower time frame. This is the higher time frame demand zone right here. Okay, it taps into it. It did, but again, we had that imbalance resting. We're pushing up right here. So it rejected it, pushed up, came back to it, filled the imbalance. You can look for even there. You can look for, you know, a demand setup on the lower time frame, which we had a break right here. Structure pulls back here, demand. Now I'm looking to see if it's going to run to the upside and feel this imbalance back above us on the higher time frame. Come on, baby, push up. I think I'm going to drop it just one tick there. Just one down to 57.5. Okay. Yeah, don't start pulling back. I know it could pull back because you got this aggressive buying right here. This is a breaker structure right here. It could even come back and test lower areas. So what I'll probably do is I'll take one contract, okay, there at 9.5. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and even take a second contract there. It may pull back. I'm gonna do it right here. Okay. Second contract there, and I'm gonna let this last one run. Hopefully we get up here to 57. I'm gonna put well, I know it can come back down to this area here. So putting a stop because it can come back and fill some of these imbalances back to the downside. What I'll do is I'm gonna put a stop that's a few ticks above my break even area. I know it can come out here and test this area. But the thing is, I want to lock into profit. I don't want to, take the risk of it coming back once I'm into like a 10-point trade or 9-point trade up, and then it comes back and just starts breaking below my break even, taking drawdown. That's like, why would I want to take a turn a winning trade into a losing trade at that point? It's already come up to what, 56, back up to this area right here. I'm pretty confident that it's going to go up here and fill this imbalance, and it could come all the way back. Pull all the way back, fill these imbalances, and then push higher. So if it does come back to this area here, back down to here, start filling some of these imbalances, it's a breaker structure. I may be looking to try to get in again and take it back up. But we'll see. I'm just going to play this safe. You see what it's doing now. It's coming back on a lower time frame, the 12 range chart here, and pulling back, filling some of these areas of imbalances back to the downside, and then come all the way back here and stop me out at break even. Well, a few ticks above break even. So I'm just going to hold the trade. Again, this was a demand setup pretty much. I mean, demand on the higher time frame, look for a demand setup on the lower time frame, and looking to take it higher. So maybe to make this high here, pull back, just be a swing to push higher here and come up here and test this higher, test this TP last contract I got, but it's pulling back pretty hard. I mean, we got this swing to the upside here, aggressive buying, breaker structure right here. It's going to want to feel these imbalances before it decides what it wants to do. That's how the market moves, So, but it's cool, I'll take profit. I'm going to take profit if it does just a couple ticks above. Again, I don't want to turn a winning trade into a losing trade. That's the thing. Especially when I'm up 9, 10 ticks. Knowing that it can pull back. But what the potential where it can actually go to. That's the thing that gets me all the time. As far as when you see situations like this and how the market's moving. Yeah, it's going to come back. That's all right. That's where you make a decision. I talk about this in videos too. When you're up like that and you start to see a close on one contract, second contract, you may want to go ahead and get out. It's a sign that the market is rejecting to push higher. Again, it came up to around that 50 area, that half number area, rejecting, and closing the first candle bearish, closing the second candle bearish. You may want to go ahead and get out and take your profit. But I closed with 2 contracts there, luckily enough, and I just wanted to kind of stay in with the second contract here to see if it was going to keep pushing up and hit my TP, which I was only really, less than 2 points away. Well, actually 2 points away. No, less than 2 points away. So, it is what it is. Still on this trade right now. So far, it hasn't come back. It's filled every imbalance to the downside. There, and there. And it can fill this one and this one down here. Right? And this is an area of demand right here. Right here. Okay? We broke structure here, broke structure here. So and it came back, filled. This is where I was looking to get into the trade at. Broke structure again. It can come back and fill this area, hit this demand area here in the lower time frame, and then boom. So this is where it's like I'm just kind of, weighing my options, stay in the trade, and or just, allow for it to come back and take me out where my stop is at, and then just close out that profit target on the last contract there. Looks like it's coming back though. But at the end of the day, it's better to make some gains, some profit, versus taking an L, right? Taking a loss. And that's what I don't want to do. If it comes up here and breaks up here above, then I know it's going higher. But again, like I said, it looks like to me trying to fill these imbalances back to the downside, back to this key area of demand right here on the lower time frame, and then maybe want to push up. But yeah, it's coming back. What is this? My second trade for today, I believe. So I'm just gonna take it light. I know it's gonna go up there. I mean, it's filled every imbalance, even on a higher time frame, back up to the upside. The only one that hasn't filled is back up here to 58. Yeah, she's coming down. And you never know though. Market could surprise you and just not want to test it and just break to the upside. But no sweat if it stops me right there. I didn't lose anything, right? Chop it up, move on to the next trade. But it's probably gonna be my last one here. I'm trying to not make this video too long, but it's already at a point to where it's pretty lengthy already, because you got to be patient. That's the thing. I can't force the trades. You got to trade what sets up and when it sets up, correctly for you. So sometimes the videos could be a little bit longer, just depending on how the market's moving. Reading market structure, following price action. This was a solid area to take a trade from, and I just waited for the opportunity. Okay. Yeah. Here she comes. You're going to stop me. Stop me. There we go. Got to stop. That's okay. Still in the profit. All right. Let's see what it's going to do. Is it going to hit this area here? Slightly below this. We got a mountain of volume right here, but below this peak right here of high volume is going to come down, test this area of demand right here, and go up to the upside. I think it's going to 58 one way or the other. So, all right, that one's chopped up. Move on. Again, that was demand on the higher time frame. Pulls back, fills even the imbalance on the higher time frame, and you can see what it does. It comes down to the demand area right here on the lower time frame as well. So when it tapped into that lower time frame demand, the higher time frame, the lower time frame demand, the 12 range, okay, it was filling that imbalance right there. So that was right there at 28 and a half, which is right here. All right. There's a demand area resting right here. You can look to go long. So this was what someone said in the, I had a member say about taking clusters. Yeah, that's a cluster of zones within a zone. And it's true. So here we go. Demand right here, 12R. Demand on the 60R. All right. Boom. Take it. Gets the rejection. You can take it. My first point of entry or getting out is going to be around 40 though, to be honest with you. And you see where it did when it got to 40, around 40 area, it pulled back. So let's say you got in, not saying getting in immediately the moment it comes back there. Look for that break in the opposite direction at close of the candle. So let's say you got in at 33 and a quarter, and you take it back up to 40. You pick yourself up 7 points right there, okay? It went up to like 43 almost. Oh, it did go up to 43. So pick yourself up 7 points right there. And then it pulls back, okay? It pulls back. But what it's doing, you can also wait and just look for a break of structure. When it comes back So let's say you didn't get into the trade the first time when it tapped into that zone there. All right, on the not saying off the higher time frame, but when it tapped the zone off the higher time frame, on the 60-yard. Typically, what I talk about is what? Looking for breaker structure to the upside. So that's what I did right here, was look for it pushed up, pulled back, broke structure right here, and I took the trade on the pullback to this key area of demand on the lower time frame. And at that point, I'm aiming for 28 above us, right? Okay. So let me see here. Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, even if you got into the trade and wanted to take profit on the lower time frame, you could have taken the trade right back up here to, around, right around here at 48. So let's say you got to the trade off the lower time frame when it broke structure back to the upside, came back here, tapped into this area of demand here, took the trade on the break of the candle in the opposite direction, 42, and got out of 48, pick yourself up 6 points right there on the NASDAQ. Okay, it's that easy. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for to unfold and happen. So again, this was a key area of, well, we already know what it was. It's a key area of demand on the lower time frame. This area here, key area of demand. Let me mark it off the higher time frame here. Well, we'll go ahead and do it here. All right, let's see. Yeah, key area demand off the higher time frame, lower time frame. Could have went in there, taking it back up to 40, like I said. Then you get the break, then you get the breaker structure that we look for on the lower time frame. Comes back, demand right here. Another opportunity to take it if you chose to. Okay, boom. All right, and then take it going back up. I think it's, like I said, it's going to test 58. Right now it's moving sideways, so I went ahead and just took profit. I've been done with it. But anyways, let's see what happens. If nothing unfolds within the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna call it right here. Okay, so the market did eventually go up there and fill that area that I talked about, 58, 59 area. They made a lower high, and it ran to the downside. I didn't check to see if. Let me see something. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to see. Was there news this afternoon? Well, at 12 o'clock we had some low impact news. 10 we had high impact consumer confidence at 10 a.m. today. But no news this afternoon. The market started selling off pretty hard here. I mean, we had that low impact FOMC member speaking this afternoon at noontime. Market sells off here. So, but I'm going to wrap it up today. That's going to be it for me. 2 trades, successful trades today. So around this time right here, was this supply right here? Yeah, this was a supply zone. Okay. It did reject that area. And then it pushed higher. Okay. So I talked about that earlier in the video, but we were around news time, as well. So we have to be mindful of, entries to take there. So let's see. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day, guys. It's late into the afternoon, and I'm kind of back and forth in between my charts. Looks like we're getting a bit of rejection down here, and the market's pushing back up. But we are, and look at the market now, quite bearish, pushing down hard, and just kind of pulling back right now. But that's all I have for you in this video today. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate everyone that's joined and part of the Discord community. If you're interested in joining the Discord, find the link down in the description portion of this video and click on it and join yourself in. It's free of charge. Also, please make sure again to subscribe to the channel by clicking on the sub button. I mean, if you're interested in trading futures, especially when it comes to the index or indice futures, whether it's the ES, the NASDAQ, it really doesn't matter. Okay, if you're a futures trader, again, I trade supply and demand. My videos, I go into detail about how I trade, the strategy I use, and it works. I mean, you just got to spend time practicing it. And if you don't believe me, you can come over to the Discord community and ask those members. Okay, they'll let you know for sure. But outside of that, if you want to become a sub, please go ahead and click on that sub button. Also, make sure to turn on all your post notifications by clicking on the bell next to it. And last but not least, please drop a like on the video if you found value in today's content. I'll see everyone in the next video. Take care.